Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm Janet Yong, and in my channel I share about Feng Shui, Bazi, entrepreneurship as well as personal growth, especially in the areas of motivation, communication and success. In today's episode, I will be sharing with you the strategies from a Feng Shui and Bazi perspective on how you can have success and wealth for the second half of 2021. So without further ado, let's move on to the next segment. Time has really flown past, and we are already into the middle of July, where it is the month of the goat. And for those of you with the ox or goat within your Bazi charts, especially in the month pillar itself, you will generally experience significant changes in terms of your career, your mindset about career and what you want to do for the rest of the year or for the next chapter of your life. If you do not know your Bazi and would like to know your Bazi chart, please go ahead and go towards this link here that I'm showing to bazicalculator.janetyong.com to get your Bazi chart and basically view the 2021 forecast series, which I've included in the playlist here to understand more about 2021 energies. So in today's episode, I'd like to share with you the 4 tips on how you can basically have success and wealth for the remainder of 2021. Tip number 1. Basically, what we are looking at is first understanding your Bazi chart and what are the influences that are coming in for the second half of 2021 so that you can pick up the right kind of skill sets. And I've discussed this in my 2021 forecast series for each of the day masters. If you would like to, you can go to the video description where you can go to each of the day masters, the wood, the fire, earth, metal and water elements to basically revisit or watch it if you have not, or what are the skill sets and influences that you should be looking out for the second half of 2021. Same thing, if you do not know your Bazi chart, please go ahead and go to bazicalculator.janetyong.com to download your Bazi chart itself. So once you realize the kind of influences that are coming within your charts, you pick up the right kind of skill sets, then the next thing you need to do is basically spend time in the correct sectors for the year in order to enjoy success. And I've also discussed this in my 2021 Maximize Your Potential series in the video that I'm showing here. Else you can go to the video description and click on the link to watch the video to revisit. However, today I would like to stress the 3 key sectors you can spend time in for the rest of 2021 to really enjoy success. And the first sector that I would like to discuss is the South sector. Now, why is South sector so special in the year 2021? Well, because there are a couple of things that are great in the South sector for the year 2021. The first one is basically the career success star number 1 in the South sector. And since South is the element of fire, basically if you are looking at increasing your career success, increasing your brand recognition, by spending time there, generally you will gain brand recognition, improve your personal brand and have ideas of exactly what you should be doing for the rest of the year. For the South sector, except for the month of September, every single month all the way to December this year is great to spend time if you are looking and researching in terms of how you can have better career success, have personal branding success, or be better in terms of gaining fame and recognition on social media if you would like to. The next thing that is great about the South sector this year is under the 奇门遁甲 formula itself, it has great guardian, which is the guardian of earth, and therefore coincides from the perspective if you want to have increased wealth and success in the year 2021. The next thing that is great about the South sector for 奇门遁甲, it has the live door. Live door is generally about increased activities, increased revenue, like the term suggested, increased life. And if you were to use this sector, especially for young type of activities like working, or if it is your main door, it will generally bring success, increase in revenue and opportunities in the year 2021. The South sector also has the Hero Star in the year 2021, and this is great for gaining fame, gaining recognition, building up your personal branding or your company's branding in the year 2021. So please do spend time in the South for your critical activities in terms of researching and being successful for the year 2021. It will be great for almost all the months, all the way to December, except for the month of September itself. Then the next good sector we should be looking at is that of the number 8 sector for the year. Like I covered in my Feng Shui for Abundance video on increasing wealth. By spending time in the number 8 wealth sector for the year, you will generally have great ideas, especially from a business perspective, on a regular income perspective of how you can increase your regular income, regular investments to bring the additional revenue that you are seeking for in the year 2021. The next sector that is great for spending time, especially if you are looking at it, maybe gathering helpful people's luck or having the courage, as well as if you are someone who overanalyzes and would like to take action, then the center, which has the number 6 star, will really help you in the year 2021. And the next thing that we should be looking at for 2021 in being successful is really understanding what can be the pitfalls for 2021. Now, if you were to look at 2021's Bazi chart itself, from the second half of the year onwards, you will see that there will be a clash between the day branch of horse and the hour branch of rat, as shown here in this particular picture. Therefore, we are going to expect quite a lot of differences in terms of opinions on a general level and a lot of ifs and hofs. So understanding that because there's a lot of water and fire clashes, there may be a lot of ups and downs in people's feelings and emotions, and therefore not partaking or participating in these arguments or quarrels would be critical in order for you to enjoy good luck for the rest of 2021. Now, the other thing I'd like to draw your attention to is the last quarter's pillar or the hour pillar for the year 2021. This pillar here is full of water. Now, when we look at water itself, like I covered in 2020, quite a few of my videos on rat and horse clash or having too much of the water element, it brings a huge dose of pessimism to everyone's emotions, bringing a lot of upheavals. So I'm expecting some unpleasant things in the last quarter of 2021, and therefore, if you can, please be mentally prepared that things may turn downwards in the last quarter of 2021, and you should be prepared for it. If you do need that cash, please do release some of the cash and hold some cash in case it helps in the last quarter of this year. However, when we look at every crisis, there will always be opportunities. So if you are into value investing, last quarter may be also the time that you can look for good bargains in great company stock values that you can invest in. So that's basically the third tip I'd like to share. And the last and most important tip is having that positive mindset, as well as being open and not go on a downward spiral, especially the last quarter of this year, especially if your Bazi chart has a lot of the metal element, the water element, or you have very high analysis elements within your chart. So if you would like to understand a little bit more about the water and fire clash or having too much water element itself, please click on the video that I shared, red and water clash, what it can possibly mean in terms of emotional upheavals. But at the end of the day, if you are aware that the energies around you may cause you to go on a downward spiral or become negative, by spending time in the correct sector, especially the south sector, since it has the fire element, will help uplift you, will help put you in a positive mindset so that you can take the necessary steps to basically capitalize on some of the opportunities that will come at the end of this year. This is the end of the 4 tips, and let me recap the 4 tips for you to enjoy great success for the rest of 2021. Number 1, understand the influences that are coming into your Bazi chart so that you can pick up the right kind of skill set, sign up the courses or practice and take actions to build those skill sets for the rest of 2021. Number 2, basically after you understand the influences, by spending time in the correct sectors of the south, the center as well as the west, will basically help give your luck an even better push towards the goals and objectives that you have set for yourself. Tip number 3, understand that there will be big changes and upheavals going in the bigger environment. Therefore, if you have not started any of the additional side gig, this is a great time to start. Spend time in the good sectors like I mentioned earlier on to kickstart on the plans that you have. Number 2, basically be aware that because of these clashes, there will be a lot of upheavals in the markets, and if you do have that spare cash, it is a great time to take on some of these opportunities that will present themselves, especially in the last quarter of 2021. And tip number 4, the last tip, it's basically having that positive mindset to really take a step back, understand what's happening before you jump into it, and do not react emotionally, especially if, number 1, you have a lot of metal in your chart, number 2, water element in your chart, or if you have a clash, that is if you have the animal branches of the ox, the goat, and also the dog in your Bazi chart. So this is the end of my sharing for today. If you have enjoyed this particular video, please do remember to give it a like, as well as click on the subscribe button if you have not, and share it with your friends if you find that it will help them. And I will see you next week. Goodbye.